So in case you didn't know already, according to the English dictionary, it states that a seagull is a type of bird that lives near the sea. And due to this, it makes it almost impossible to eat any type of food at the majority of beaches, or at least most of the ones I've been to in England. So let me run you through the story of how a seagull has robbed me straight from my hands, not once, but twice. Interested? Let's get started. So it was a little while back now. I say a little while, I'm 20 years of age and the first occurrence happened when I was in year 6. For anyone who lives outside of England, this means I would have been about 10, 11 years old maybe. That meaning this story dates back to about 9 years ago and I still get nightmares and flashbacks to the event. Either way, I'm not sure if this still happens, but at least when I was younger, we had a leave of school trip. You know, to say goodbye to the primary school days before we go into the world of secondary school. Our school trip was a trip to the beach and more specifically Margate Beach. It was around about July, so the sun was shining, a lovely day, and was a great school trip. I don't exactly come from one of the richest families in the world, so when I went and being 11 years of age, I didn't exactly know the value of money. Either way, it meant I was only given a set amount to spend, this being enough for a lunch, and looking back on it was fair enough. So I was chilling on the beach. I opted out of going into the water as it wasn't really my thing, but with the group I was in, the teacher and us students decided it was time for lunch. I think at the time, £5 or £7 got you a hot dog and chips. Jeez, I'm getting old. And not just any hot dog and chips, like this was well worth the money. From what I recall, I had £10 to spend, so I opted into buying exactly that, a hot dog and chips. So I spent my £7, get an absolutely amazing lunch, then we head back to our spot and sit down. The hot dog was a little hot for me after just being done, so while it cooled down, I chose to eat my chips. And when it finally did cool down, I took one bite out of it, and then a seagull swoops down and literally pulls the hot dog from the bun just as I stop eating. The bun is still in my hand at this point, by the way. I got one bite out of the hot dog to savor it, and a seagull swooped down and stole it. Of course, me being me, I didn't feel embarrassed. Back in year 6, I wasn't that type of person. However, that was essentially the rest of my lunch gone. The teachers weren't going to give me money to get more food, which is understandable, and none of my mates were going to share their money, so it made for a good laugh, especially for the teacher and the other students who witnessed it happen, and for a good story now. However, it did leave me going a bit hungry. But that wasn't the only occasion, like I said in the intro, where a seagull has stolen food from me. So this event actually took place last week, so it's very recent in my mind, and isn't actually my fault. I entirely blame Potato Pie 25. If you don't know who Potato Pie 25 is, they're a Minecraft Bedrock YouTuber and streamer who came all the way from America just to visit me. Not really, they're going to Europe but made a pit stop in London. Either way, on Friday it was my day to plan things, so I came up with the great idea of jumping on a train and heading down to Brighton. It only made sense with Potato being a Minecraft content creator that he comes to England and goes to Brighton. I didn't really plan much other than that, but the idea stemmed from the fact that Potato really wanted to try British fish and chips, so I decided going to the seaside is where he could really experience that. On the train down, Potato found one of the best rated fish and chip shops in Brighton called Little Jack Fuller's, and they really didn't disappoint, so shout out to you lot if you're somehow seeing this video. So we went there, got our food and headed down to the beach. So at Brighton, I didn't realize, but it is very invested with seagulls. I mean, there was literally people feeding them, which really didn't help with our choices here, but we chose to sit on the beach and eat anyway. While sitting down, I take a bite out of my fish to show Potato how the British truly eat fish without a knife and fork, or at least how I do anyways, in a joking manner. And let me be the first to say that bite of cod was heavenly. I got one little bite, giving me flashbacks to the hot dog. Either way, I go back to my chips and I proceed to tell Potato about the story of a seagull stealing the sausage out of my hot dog. And mid-story, I kid you not, they must have bloody heard me and saw me as a target. I see a shadow of a seagull looking like it's about to land on my head when Potato goes, "There's a seagull behind you." So I jolt forward and so be it, my fish lands on the beach. At this point, I'm like, oh crap. With the fish sitting there, we're a target. So rather than get up and run away, or ask Potato if he wants to get up and move, I decide to lob the fish in front of us and a swarm of seagulls fly down and start eating the fish. Once again, not the smartest of ideas as I kind of screwed us over, but we found a bench and Potato got to eat his fish and chips anyways, and I finished my chips and it made for a good laugh. I could have went back and got another fish, but I kind of just took it as a sign it wasn't meant to be. And I'm not going to say the price, but it was pretty expensive. And by pure coincidence, on Sunday, my mum sent me an Instagram reel of some dude getting chased by seagulls at Brighton Beach and having to give up their food as they were essentially prey. The video was posted on Friday, the same day we went to Brighton, but I'd like to confirm that isn't me. I promise I got lucky that I wasn't chased, or recorded for that matter, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video and would like to know how McDonald's hates Minecraft YouTubers, YouTubers, then be sure to click the video on the screen right now.